Hey guys, good morning. Cyndi Williams here from Careers on Vacation. I'm going to hang out a couple minutes to wait for some folks to jump on to start today. And I'm also testing this new cool software. So I have to watch myself in two places. And I'm hoping I can see your comments. So let me connect this little guy over to YouTube here. YouTube and Facebook. Right. Gonna be on in just a second here. Welcome to those joining. There we go. I can see your comments. Yay. So there's a little bit of a delay. So no worries. Great. Well, it is our new live stream time on Wednesdays. Hopefully everyone got the memo on that. It's back to school season, which means everyone has a cold in my house 1 week into school. Are you guys having that problem? But I am excited to have this new time and get back to regular routines. So let's get into today's topic. I did a poll last week in the Careers on Vacation site, which if you're not already following us over there, you can request to join. That's our Facebook group. And I said, hey, what is the biggest struggle you have in your business? Is it marketing? Is it closing sales? Is it your mindset? A couple other things. And by far, the number one things you guys said is, oh my gosh, I need help with marketing. Marketing. It was over 50%, I think. So let's talk about marketing today. And I'm gonna, at the end, I definitely want to, Becky says she had a stomach virus. I saw that, your daughter, the same thing happened to my daughter the next day. Yeah, so both kids were sick last week. Now the hubby's got it, but I'm like, I'm not getting sick. I'm going to Disney next week. I cannot get sick. It's not an option. So my mindset, we're going to be fine. We're drinking tea. By the way, how cute is my new mug? My, little son wanted to go to, yes, I made this. I can't turn it over because I'm going to dump hot tea, but I made this. So cute, right? My son wanted to go to the pottery painting place for his birthday. So anyway, so back to marketing. Wanted to kind of like spend a little time sharing with you guys where I see client struggles most of the time, like the top two things. And I want to answer some of your questions on marketing too. So if you have them, go ahead and plug them into the comment box wherever you're watching. Hey, Jennifer, good to see you. So the number one thing that I think happens is marketing feels like, first, it's like a whole nother skill set, right? You guys are already, if you're thinking about having a travel business, it's because you have a passion for travel. It's not going to automatically make you an excellent marketer. If you already have a great great travel business, it's because you're a great travel agent and you have those recurring sales and you have some of that going on. But if you're not attracting new customers on a regular basis every single day, it means your marketing is not effective or it's not working, or you're probably just not even doing marketing. And that's where people kind of struggle. Because marketing is a totally different skill set. Your day is filled with giving quotes, researching, doing all this stuff. And I get it. But if you are not marketing, you are slowly dying. Because here's the thing, you can build up an okay base with friends and family and word of mouth and things like that. But it's not like 6-figure business 9 times out of 10. And the struggle with that is, most of you have pretty decent sales. So all you have to do is increase your lead count and then you can convert them into sales, and the math is the math. You're going to make more money. But marketing feels like a foreign language to most people. Like I worked for a marketing and travel company, so I got the benefit of having this huge marketing education, and I just freaking love marketing. I'm like a marketing nerd. So it does come a little easier for me. And I've also had budgets up to $200,000 a year that I've tested everything that doesn't work and everything that does work, and we stay on trend and all that good stuff. But I realize that's not everyone's experience, and that's a tough thing because when you're like, there's so much information out there, what am I going to do? So what I want you to think about, being an excellent marketer and having that skill set, it requires some key things. The first one is diligence. Decide what your marketing objectives are and stay diligent with them. It requires education. That is never going to go away. Even in my position, being a marketing travel industry expert, I am constantly having to stay ahead of the trends. That's why I go to all these conventions and conferences and, I deal with high-end marketing consultants, and then I translate it for the travel industry, right? Facebook's algorithm has changed how many times last year, right? But don't blame it on the algorithms. Our job is that education piece to stay ahead of the trends so you can best serve your business. So education will always be a piece on that marketing stuff if you're trying to do it all yourself, unless you have, a resource or another way or someone handling your marketing, right? Requires patience. And I know that's a tough one for you guys. Marketing requires patience because a lot of times it's about building audiences and then converting into sales and the process in which you do that. There are ways you can escalate that process and do it more effectively, but no matter what, you still have to set stuff up. You have to get architecture in place. You have to run ads. You have to do different things, and that requires patience. So know that going in terms of marketing and strategy. This is the big one, having a marketing strategy, because a lot of times what people do is they're like, oh, there's so much information. And they're just like, they don't know what to do, where to go, and there's over information. And what do we all do? We go to the nearest chat board and we're like, hey, what marketing's working for everyone? And look, that's not effective because your custom business might not be the same as the next person's. Your audience, your local market, your area, all those variations that can happen, what might be working for them might not work for you for a whole variety of other reasons. So learning how to effectively build your marketing plan and having a very specific strategy. I want to have this many leads come into my business. So what am I going to have to do and what am I going to have to put together? We're going to talk about some tips in a little bit. But in the meantime, I want to ask you to, when it comes to marketing, you have to give yourself permission to fail. If you're going to go at it alone, you're going to kind of, go willy-nilly, you have to give yourself that permission to fail. Because guess what? Do you close every travel sale? No. If you're blowing it out of the park, you're probably closing at 50, 60%, right? Which means you fail 30, 40% of the time. Don't expect anything different in terms of marketing until you get it into a smooth running machine for your company. Right? So that testing piece is really key, and that requires patience. You have to give yourself a little bit of permission to fail. Most importantly, don't give up though. One of the first things I said on this call today was, if you are not marketing, you are moving backwards. You're dying. You're not setting yourself different from the competition. You're not bringing in new leads, and that's a very dangerous place to be. So the second thing that I find with clients that I work with and help them kind of work through their blocks is they undervalue the importance of marketing, right? So what does that mean? They think, let me just try all this free stuff. Let me try the stuff they're saying on the chat boards. Let me run over here. And they're throwing all this spaghetti at the wall with A, not having a strategy, B, not kind of like knowing how stuff works, either with social media or direct mail or guerrilla marketing or all the different types of marketing that are out there, not really understanding how the mechanics work, and then, going full scale ahead and just trying a bunch of stuff, right? So I call it like the cycle of despair. It's rough, but that's what it can feel like. Because here's what's happened, and it might have happened to some of you. Post your questions, but what I see a lot is you go out and try this free stuff. You try a bunch of like half-hearted, ineffective marketing. You don't realize it's going to be ineffective. You're like, yeah, let me try this, or let me mail some mailers here. Let me try this Facebook post and run a Facebook ad. Maybe it's your first time doing it. You try all this stuff, and you kind of throw it out there. And then you waste money because you feel like it didn't work. You waste money, it didn't work, you get frustrated, and what happens? You give up. You're like, marketing sucks, that didn't work, I'm never going to market again. Right? And it's like, but in kind of doing the post-mortem on anything you try, you have to go back and did you look at the analytics? What did you try? Why didn't it work? Do you need more education on how to leverage your Instagram or your IGTV or your Facebook groups and Facebook pages or your SEO or whatever it is that you guys are putting together in your marketing plan. So the cycle of despair is rough because it makes you, it kind of like, it hurts your confidence a little bit, right? Like you try some stuff and you're like, oh, this company over here is having this great success, and you're trying to copy what they're doing, or you're trying to, figure out like, how do I make this work for my business? Like I want to be there too. So, it comes down to that patience piece. To get yourself out of the cycle of despair, you have to recognize, one, marketing is like a foreign language. Would you expect yourself to like learn how to speak French in like 2 weeks? My throat is so sore. No, you probably wouldn't. You would get a tutor, or you would go to Rosetta Stone, or you would get a resource if you had to try to learn some stuff really, really fast, right? Marketing is the same thing. So the best tips I have in terms of building your marketing plan are, number one, you need to have a multifaceted marketing plan, right? So don't put all your eggs in the Facebook basket. Don't put all your eggs in the Instagram basket. You have to have a multifaceted plan that is both online and offline. Because if the algorithms change, something changes, something's always changing online. What is your ongoing multifaceted marketing plan? And then within that multifaceted marketing plan, you better know how all the pieces work. How do the mechanics of Facebook ads work? How do the mechanics of Insta work? How do the mechanics of, if you're doing Twitter or Pinterest or what? And that's the other thing. Like, you guys don't have to do all these platforms. That's one of the things where people get like super frustrated. You need to pick the 2 or 3 and just be really good at those. If you can do that, effectively market on 2 or 3 platforms and then have an online and an offline strategy, you will absolutely be more successful. Okay, so take some of the overwhelm away. Let's do that first. Take a deep breath. You don't have to learn everything. But you do have to diversify. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. That can be like a real recipe for disaster. And the other thing is, get some help. So if you guys are, like, if you're doing your business as a hobby, that's totally cool. Like, you can try to figure it out and wade your way through and, be patient and go through the cycles of a year or 2 it's going to take you to get your marketing into like a real well-oiled machine. But if you're really trying to like run your business on full cylinders and take a big leap forward in a short amount of time and get out of the cycle of like friends, family, referrals, and get new leads coming into your business every day, that's where you need to, invest. Get yourself a mentor. Go through the Careers on Vacation Mastermind. If I'm not the person for you, that's cool. Find someone who is. But whatever, if that is really your goal in terms of growing, it's a whole nother skill set. So it's okay. You don't have to know it all. That's the other thing too. Like if I had to pick a third thing, where you guys get frustrated and overwhelmed, is you think you should be able to figure everything out, right? So that's a tough place to put yourself in, because a lot of you are moms or dads, husbands or wives. You have 8 million things going on. You're running a travel business. Travel is a very detail-oriented, thorough career industry. You have a lot going on in terms of taking care of your customers on a day-to-day basis. Marketing is like adding a whole nother layer because of the complexity. So give yourself permission that you don't have to know everything. And if it might not even be marketing. Maybe you're great at marketing. Maybe you're fantastic. Good. Maybe you're not closing your sales the way you want to. Maybe your processes aren't setting up. Maybe you want to hire your first team. So whatever those things are in terms of where you want to grow your business, give yourself permission not to be the freaking expert in everything. Because it's impossible. Like, you know what? I'll give you some examples of crap I hate. Anything I hate in my business, by the way, I totally outsource. So payroll, finances, like I look at our P&L, of course, but I outsource the accounting. I outsource our payroll. I outsource commission tracking. I outsource all that stuff I don't want to do so I can focus on the things that I am really, really good at. And when you start to run a really big business, like when you guys get to like 20 agents or more, 50 agents or more, if that's your plan, your life gets very complex in a short amount of time, and making that transition from like extremely great travel agent to business owner, you have to recognize where you are over leveraged. That's a good word. Over leveraged in your time, or over leveraged in what you have going on, because we call it bringing gifts to the table. My husband brought this up. My husband's been my partner for a long time. We've had few businesses, great businesses together, and we're really clear on like who does what in our roles, and it makes us so much better. But the first few years we worked together, it was like a hot mess. We were like in each other's sandboxes all the time, like what's going on with this? Because I'm like super like a personality, control freak, have to know, I used to be anyway, have to know everything that's going on. So we had to really get lines of division clear. Marketing, I am exceptional at. So no question that was going to be on my list of things I was going to do for the organization. Travel, of course, amazing at, all that good stuff. And he's amazing at finances. I mean, he's got a master's degree in, what is his master's degree in? It's like computer programming or something. Systems administration. He would kill me. I hope he doesn't watch this video. Systems administration, yes. So, and then he went to A&M where he has his bachelor's with accounting, all that good stuff. So he's like the numbers tech guy, right? So we clearly decide, like, bring your gifts to the table. So as you guys grow and kind of, once your marketing's like on full cylinders and you have so many leads coming in and you want to invite and have other agents that work for you in your company, and you get to that next level of like growing, just recognize. So like, and right now your job with marketing is to recognize, ask yourself, are you really capable of doing it at the level it needs to happen for you to grow? I'm just asking, right? Let me say that again. Are you capable of doing your marketing at the level it needs to be done in order to meet your objective of growing? If the answer is no, you need to find a solution. Just like I know I'm not capable personally of handling payroll for the number of employees and people and all the tax forms and all that we have to do for our organization. So my husband handles it, and we have a CPA, and we outsource. So we are not over leveraged, but also so we're making good decisions. So to use that kind of parallel scenario, and that goes with anything. If you have a goal in your business of something you want to accomplish, but you just haven't been able to get to like the finish line or get where you want to go or even move in the right direction, it's okay not to be the expert in everything. Like, stop putting so much pressure on yourself. Why are you doing that? It's BS. I suck at payroll. That's why I don't do it. Right? I don't want to mess people's pay up. That would be a bad thing. Steph, Caitlin, Marcy, Natalie, Tana, if you're watching, your checks are not messed up, right? Because Baye's got it handled. So, but I'm not capable. I don't want to do that. I don't like to do it. And I could never do it as well, and it would take me so much time to learn it. It would distract me from what my objective is, which is to grow my travel business, right? So, understanding where you're over leveraged, giving yourself permission not to be the frickin' expert in everything in the world, because it's not going to happen. And last thing is, get the help that you need and deserve to move your business forward. Do that for yourself. Like, what are you waiting for? That's a big thing. Getting over that mindset and that guilt of like, oh, I should be able to do it. I should be able to figure it out. If I just spend time, you always think if you have time, right? I'm going to go piece all these things together. You know what? If I could go back in time and like with our first business that we owned, because our first 3 years was like a real super struggle, and snap my fingers and have someone give me here's how you do it. Here's how you XYZ, ABC, follow these steps and this is going to work. Oh my God. I would have paid someone 20 grand for that easy on a Tuesday. No problem. Because I would have cut through 3 years of BS to get on my way of where that company got, which was being a $1.5 million company a year. Right? Hello? Getting there faster makes a big difference. What's 5, 10, 15, I don't know, whatever, I don't know what you guys need in terms of marketing, architecture, automation, things like that. But whatever it is, having that business mind about making the investment in yourself or in your business to grow so you can get there faster and start making money and making abundance faster, so then you can make other decisions and whatever you want to do. Why waste 2 and 3 years? I mean, you can, but that's not like the road most people want to take. But in order to do that, it's a lot of times, like with all of our businesses, we always have a training budget every year, no matter what. Because one at this point in our journey, we are responsible for keeping you guys in the know for everything with social media and marketing and sales and all that good stuff. So our training budget's like 20 to 30 grand a year for us to hire consultants to go out and attend conferences to do different things, because it's our responsibility and it's our part of our job in terms of what we deliver with the clients that we work with. But beyond that, your budget doesn't have to be that high, but just take that first step of like recognizing like, where are you stuck, and take the guilt away of like, why have you been putting that extra pressure on yourself for, you can figure this out, you should be able to figure this out. Because I mean, as little as like working with a consultant in our old business for like a half a day, he gave us so many recommendations in a half a day that we put in place in the next 30 days, and we ended up making an extra 150 the next year. Hello, oh my God, best investment ever, because he knew things that we didn't, right? And so that's one of those things where but we did. We banged our heads against the wall. Like, I should be able to figure this out. Let me ask people. Let me go out. Let me do some research. Let me go to this great big internet that has all this like misinformation, too much information, not good information, or you're looking at marketing information that's not relevant to the travel industry and trying to make it work or plug it in. And it's just overwhelming. And then you get back to that cycle of despair that we talked about, right? Where you're like, oh, throw some stuff at the wall, see if it works, waste some money, feel frustrated, give up and quit. That's like the cycle of despair, right? So if you feel like you're in that cycle, that's not a good place to be. You have to figure out how to break it. So, wow, we talked about a lot of great stuff today. So I'm going to, if you guys have questions, and keep in mind there's a little bit of a delay with Facebook, but if you have any questions on marketing, like no matter what, how random or whatever, ask me, whatever. Like, I'm going to take the next 5 minutes, and while I'm waiting for questions to come in, we'll see if they come in or not. If they do, I hope I'm seeing everything on Facebook, because I can see there's a lot of people on the call. But ask me, what's like your biggest burning question with marketing? You have a marketing expert right here, live. So I'm going to answer questions during the live stream, not after. So if you have one, just go ahead and pop it in. In the meantime, can we talk about how cute my new setup is back here? So talk about marketing. So one of our things is we have a very specific strategy when it comes to YouTube, right? So one of the things I want to do this year was upgrade my background. So how cute. Let me give you guys a little tour here. So I have, oh my gosh, which way am I going? Okay, we'll go this way first. So I have my little pineapple. By the way, you can totally get that at Target. It's like in the back to school section, I think, for college kids, but we're using it there. And then we have our cute little Wally. He was there, grape soda. I'm a huge Up fan, right? So we have that. And then I ordered this little like flamingo head. Isn't that the cutest thing ever? It came all the way from like the UK. I couldn't find it anywhere in the US. And then I have my little Dumbo. Dumbo was like my son's favorite movie when he was little, so I love that one for sentimental value. And then I have my little pink flamingo. How cute is that? And my little Buddha over there. And then, Becky's asking, where did you get the globe? I have that same Scentsy. Yes, I know, I saw that on your picture, Becky, with your contest. By the way, Becky runs the best contest, y'all. And of course, she's a former COV client, graduate, which is why she knows exactly what the frick she's doing out there in the world. But yes, I have that same Scentsy. I saw that you have the same one with the little suitcases. Let me just go back so you guys can see it. The little suitcases, guys, that's actually a Scentsy. How cute is that? Becky has a friend that sells it, right, Becky? So I think you can go to Becky's page probably and order it from her. Do they still have that one? I don't know if they still have it, but if they do, Becky, go ahead and post the link later. You're welcome to do that for sure. The globe, where did I get that globe? I don't know. I'm guessing either Target or Home Goods. I'm not sure, but Home Goods always has like a bunch of globes, and they're usually like on sale, so that's a good place. And that actually is a working phone. How cute, how cool is that? I don't ever use it, but it is a working phone. All right, so back over here, so we have my cute little pink Buddha, and then my pink flamingo. And Becky says, yes, she's awesome. They don't have the suitcases, but they have a globe now. All right, so you guys can get a globe. And they used to have, for one of my friends last year, I got the little blue moped. Have you seen that one? I don't know if they still have it. But there's like a mini one that's a little moped that is so cute. I love that one. So that's a good one with Scentsy too, if you guys are Scentsy fans. So this little, oh my gosh, this is like backwards on my screen. This little picture here, I love the, it's like a Small World kind of version. I got it at the, oh my gosh, what's the name of it? It's in Disneyland, and it's the Wander, oh my God, I can't remember the name of it right now, but it's like the art store that's there in Disneyland in like the downtown Disney area. Oh my God, I'm having a brain fart today. Someone probably knows it, but Wonderland Galleries? Something like that. So at any rate, that's fun. And then I have my Splash Mountain is my favorite ride in the Magic Kingdom. So totally have to have that up there for sure. And then check out, you guys probably can't see, but the little green like bag up there, that is it Ray? Is it Ray? Is that his name? Raymond, the lightning bug from Tiana. That bag actually like lights up. It lights up, and it's the coolest thing that I've ever seen. But that's my favorite character from the Tiana movie. My husband always says that when we always like, oh, what Disney princess are you? He always says I'm Tiana because I'm like a super hard worker. And so I love, and it was my daughter's favorite movie when she was little. So that's my little Ray bag. Sometimes I turn his on and his little butt lights up, which is so cute. So fun. Well, guys, I hope this was helpful for you guys. We're going to be doing some more trainings next month on our Instagram channel, which is above at Wanderlust CEO. You can follow me there. But also next week, we are not going to be doing the live stream because I'm going to be in Disney at my Gold Digger retreat with several of my awesome clients, a great group who are all going through some additional training after they went through our boot camp, our Cruise on Vacation Mastermind. So if you guys are struggling or you want help with any of this stuff, what are you waiting for? I'll post a link below. Let's roll up our sleeves. We have, I think, just a couple spots left for September, and then we're into October enrollments after that. But in the meantime, I wish you guys so much love and abundance. If you're watching this video later, please click CTR so we know that this information is valuable. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.